Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to another Monday night meetup. I do want to apologize for not having a meetup last week, but for some reason I just could not pull it all together. I think getting ready for that speaking engagement that I had on Saturday just really had my mind. For some reason, my spirit just couldn't rest enough to do that. So I opted. I was going to do a Tuesday talk, and then I was like, Then I was thinking, okay, well, you could do a What's Up Wednesday. And then I was like, y'all, I'm going to have to focus on one thing and then just catch back up next week. So what I opted to do was just not do a Monday night meetup last week. And I felt like it would be okay. Knowing that I had to prepare for Saturday night, that just seemed like the best course of action for me. So let me just tell you a little bit about Saturday. I went to a speaking engagement. My father is a pastor in South Carolina, and my stepmom, they have a church, and he's had this church now for about 16 years. And of course, you all, some of you, if you've been around, you saw the anniversary video, or just where I inserted a few clips of the anniversary. But in all 16 years of him having that church, I have never been there as a minister. I've always gone as his child. I've always gone when there was a family event or whatever. But I've never actually been there to minister as a minister of the gospel. So after anniversary, which was in March, we talked a little bit, and he said, hey, I'd like for you to come down and minister. And I said, sure, fine. Just let me know when. No problem. I was able to speak to my pastor, and we were able to set up a date that I would come. And of course, it was this past Saturday, the 29th, and we just had a service there, and I just ministered the word. I was not able to get any footage, and the reason being, my children did not travel with me. I actually ended up traveling by myself. I usually have a friend of mine who will drive with me different places when I have to go a little bit of a distance, just so I don't have to drive by myself. And she was unable to go with me this time, so it just didn't work out. So I didn't have anybody to work my camera. And I actually thought, because normally on a Sunday they will operate their camera, so I was thinking, okay, well, somebody will video some portions of it, but they didn't have it up and running, so I didn't get any video footage. I really hate that, because I really either like to have at least an audio, so I can go back and critique myself to see where I need to make some adjustments, or, did I get all my scriptures right? I really just like to be on point when I'm speaking. Anyway, long story short, I went on Saturday, delivered the word of God that I felt like the Lord had laid on my heart to deliver, and I came home. I'm not one of those who are into, I went down there and preached the house down. None of that is important to me. I just go and deliver the word. I'm always thankful to have an opportunity to share the word of God with anybody. I don't care who it is. But my dad did call me the next morning and just told me what a good job that I had done. And he's heard me minister before, because he's come to our church and heard me twice. But I think for him, that was a proud father moment. There were a couple other churches there fellowshipping with us as well, and I feel like that was a proud father moment. I really feel like my stepmom was proud as well. When I got the call in 2012, I was very, and I still am now, very protective of the gift of the call of God on my life. I don't self-promote. I don't do any of those things. If I'm asked to go somewhere, I gladly will accept. If my pastors think that is a good opportunity for me to go, I will gladly do that. But I'm just Shakema, normal Shakema, who just loves God, and that's just how it is. So I actually came back the same day. I didn't stay very long, but sometimes what happens to me, all the time, what happens to me is I give so much of myself in my speaking that I hit a wall, and then the only way that I can recover from that is I need to sleep. So I spoke at 4. I was done by 6:15, 30-ish. Got on the road by 6:45. I got home like at 9:15. And by 9:16, I was slurring my words and telling my kids, I just have to go to bed. You know, they all humored me because they had one of the little Taekwondo kids had a birthday party, and so the kids stayed here, and an older brother took them over for me, and then he took Gracie to get a bath. And so it was just like they already had those plans, and Mom just traveled by herself. Normally my little kids would travel with me as well. They always go where I go, but they did not make it this time. So again, I was very thankful to be able to go. I was very thankful to be able to have the opportunity to minister to the body of Christ. And I don't really have an opinion on how it went. I'm only just going to take my dad's word that it was a good job. So I never try to evaluate me or how it was. I reflect so that I can, you know, make sure I know my notes and I have my scriptures down, and those are the types of things I do. But I can't ever tell you that I've given a good sermon. That's just, I don't look at it that way. I'll have to get the feedback from the people. I gave it the way God gave it to me, and that's just how it came out. So praise the Lord. If, you know, my prayer is that it ministered to people where they were. My grandmother was there. This was really a good part of it. My dad's mother, my mother's parents have passed away. They raised me as a small child. But my dad's mother, my last living grandparent, was there. And at the end, my dad was like, well, does anybody have anything they want to share or whatever? And my grandmother, you know, she just burst out in tears. And, you know, she said, you know, she just told everybody, she said, Shakema didn't have it easy. She said, I just remember those times when she would just say, if I can just make it to Grandma's house. And that's true. I mean, my growing up years, I haven't shared a lot of that on this channel, were just not easy. And sometimes all I would have was my grandparents on either side, my mom's parents or my dad's parents. At that time, my parents were very young when they had me, still teenagers. So the grandparents stepped in and really helped to raise me. But there were times with my mom that I didn't have any food. And I would, as a very young girl, would walk across town. So think about where across town is, where you live. As a very young child, 7 years old, I can remember walking across, blocks, many, many, many blocks, to get to my grandmother's house just to eat. And I spent every weekend with my grandmother until I was probably about 10 years old. And then I moved to the South. So it wasn't very easy, but she just really, she said, you know, my heart is full. And I just remember those times. And, you know, she just told me how good job that I had done and how I turned out to be just a great woman, you know, she's never said that to me before. And in the company of all those people, I'm the oldest born grandgirl and the second born grandchild. So that was great to hear from my grandmother, and I'm thankful that she was able to be there. She's going to be like, I think she's 75 now. She's going to be 76, still works and, you know, still just does her thing. But it was good to have her there. So I was very thankful. So that was on Saturday. On Sunday, it was Jackson's birthday, and please do forgive the noise in the background. The kids are prepping some fruit, and they're getting ready to grab their showers and go to bed because we had some other stuff going on tonight, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. So Saturday, did that on Saturday. Sunday was Jackson's birthday. Jackson turned 8. And I had every intention of doing like a little backyard barbecue for him Sunday. But Friday night we had something. I can't remember what we were doing. I think it was homeschool. I really can't remember. We spend so much time with homeschool. So we were doing homeschool, and then Saturday I was gone all day. You know, I worked in the morning. Then I left about 1 o'clock to head down to South Carolina. I was there till about 6:30, 6:45, and I didn't get home till after 9 Saturday evening. So I opted if we could just push I was just going to do cake and ice cream and hot dogs. If we could just do that for the next week. We're actually going back to Sunday afternoon fellowships at our church. where we all go to pastor's house and we just eat a Sunday meal together. And the kids play around and the adults just sit around and chit chat and talk. And we do that when it's warm. So we do that from May until like October when it's still warm outside. And so I opted and asked Jackson if he would be okay, to just celebrate a little later. And he said he would, but he did get to pick his favorite restaurant to go out to eat on Sunday after church. So I did take him out for pizza. He wanted pizza. That's where we went. Mom didn't enjoy it, but it was okay. He enjoyed it. That's all that matters. Monday, which is today, I serve as the director of discipleship at our church. And what we do is every other month we have a discipleship, or we have several discipleship groups that meet where it's not necessarily special interest groups, but it's different topics being discussed at different homes, and you pick where you want to go. So we actually have 2 discipleships meeting this month. We have Ann Voskamp. We're doing 1,000 Gifts. That discipleship meets on Monday nights at 6:30, from 6:30 to about 8:15. And this is the book. This is 1,000 Gifts, and this is A Dare to Live Fully Right Where You Are. And this is again by Ann Voskamp. I got this one off of Amazon. And as director, I'm not required to go to any of them. I'm just required to set them up and make sure everybody knows which homes are hosting, and just kind of be the liaison. And then whoever's doing the home hosting will, contact the people or set up the Facebook invitation, and then you can just go. But I thought, hey, I really wanted to do this one. And so far tonight was our first meeting. We met at 6:30. This was a really good, this book I feel like is really going to be good for me. It's going to keep me in that place of thankfulness with the Lord for all that he has done for me. I may have a time where I share some things about my personal life on this channel. I'm not sure if I will do that or not. I may, and a lot of it is not easy to hear. It's not easy to share with people. I'm healed now. The Lord has healed me, healed my life. But I don't want to share too much where it could potentially hurt my children or potentially make people watching it uncomfortable. But there were just some tough times in my life. Not by any of my, just growing up as a little girl. But this discipleship, and I was sharing with the ladies that were there tonight, it just is one of those ways that will keep me extremely humble and thankful for all that God has done for me in my life. So this meets, we meet Monday nights at 6:30. And then we have another discipleship going on Wednesdays, which I signed up for that one as well. And that is, we're studying the book Overload, How to Unplug, Unwind, and Unleash Yourself from the Pressures of Stress. And this book is by Joyce Meyer. And so another one of the ladies is leading this discipleship, and that meets on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to do my very best to try to make it to both of those while I'm still teaching my class on Thursday nights, which is via, of course, telephone line. So I'm going to give it my best effort. Prayerfully, all the books are easy reads, so I'm not getting overwhelmed with the material. Fortunately enough for us with this book, there is like a DVD study that the lady who's leading it, there's a 5 DVD study. So we did watch a DVD tonight because I just got my books today. So I have not had any time to pre-read because they just came from Amazon in the mail today. But it was okay. She said we didn't have to have the book because we could watch the DVD and still be able to discuss. So I was thankful for that. I would have liked to have it ahead, but I didn't, so I'm still okay with that. Weight Watchers, let me just update you guys. I have not had any movement in my weight in a couple weeks now, and I think a lot of that is just simply my food choices, and that's just totally honest. I'm struggling a little bit with some cravings. Sweets are my thing. And I don't know if at 41, if my body's just going through something where I'm normally able to withstand a lot. but the sweets are really, it's almost like it's gnawing at me. I think I need to do some type of a cleanse or a fast. I'm not real sure, just to detox my body from the sweets. Once I do that, I think everything will start falling into line. I'm still working out. I'm still doing all of that. My knee has slowed me down a little bit in Taekwondo, but I'm going next week on Tuesday for an x-ray, and then I'm going to the orthopedic. I'm really going to maybe try to push for an MRI, because I think there's something just underneath that's not right. Like even when I'm sitting, I get these little pains. Now, it's not excruciating pain, but you always know it's there. I can't really stretch my leg out. Like, you know, if you want to just give a real good stretch, that's painful. Sometimes it still swells real bad. So I'm not real sure what's going on in there. But anyway, the sweets are getting me sometimes, but I'm still doing my workouts. And then the meal prep, for me, that's so key. This morning, I prepped a salad. I had hearts of romaine, some canned chicken, and some of the fat-free cheese. And then I had 2 tablespoons of the light raspberry vinaigrette for my lunch. And then I had a couple snacks in the bag. So my lunch was good. That worked out nicely. I'm going to be redoing some prep in the fridge, just to make sure I have everything that's kind of hands, you know, I can grab it and just throw it in my lunch bag with no problem. The one thing I did realize today that I had not really been thinking, you know how you think you can just do it your own self, is I have to weigh my food. Like I had a can of chicken this morning, and I was thinking, okay, well, I can do half the can, and that'll be, you know, this is only a 7-ounce can. Half the can will be 3.5 ounces. Well, I looked on the can, and it was 13 ounces. So half the can would have put me at 6.5 ounces, and I would not have counted for those points, because I was thinking it was only 3.5 ounces. So at the last minute, I said, let me get my food scale out, and I counted it out, measured it out, and even at 3 ounces, it was still a nice portion. I had a lot of greens, and I only did a 1/4 cup of the fat-free cheese, which is 0 smart points. The chicken, I believe, was 1 smart point. It was just chicken breast in a can. That's what I had in the house. And then I think it's like 2 points for the dressing, but I'm not real sure on the points at this moment, because I didn't scan it before I left. But I did write it down. I did write it down in my planner, everything I ate today. I also had for breakfast, I had a high fiber English muffin with some squirts of, I can't believe it's not butter, and then 1 tablespoon of the grape light, it's a 20-calorie Welch's grape jelly, I think, 20 calories. So I think that's like 1 smart point, or maybe it's 1 smart point for 2 tablespoons. I only had 1 tablespoon. Again, I did not have time to scan it this morning, but I did write it down. So I'm just going to remain diligent on Weight Watchers. Y'all just keep me encouraged, and, you know, ask me questions. Hey, Shakema, how's it going on Weight Watchers? Because I am determined to do Weight Watchers. I had thought about switching over and trying to do the Simply Filling, but I'm not. I don't want to just have free range of food and eat whatever I want when I feel like it, even though it is considered a Simply Filling food. I'd rather just be diligent and count my points and measure and just do that. I do have a nutritionist appointment on Monday with my nutritionist, and my daughter will actually be seeing a separate nutritionist on Monday as well. We're still having some issues with the weight, and we want to make sure that she has her own individual person that she can talk about, where she feels like she has a safe place to explain why she eats what she eats, or how she feels when she eats, or whatever that thing may be. That noise is the shower. The children have to get their baths because it is late when we're getting home tonight. So I apologize for the noise. Also, Gracie has her little bull stick, so she's down there. We actually got her a long bully stick today from the organic shop, because the small ones we were getting get so small, and we don't want her to get choked on those. She can actually have that one for quite a while. So that's update on Weight Watchers. The next thing is my budget videos. Budget video went up yesterday. for the May budget, but I also had 2 bonus videos. I had another bonus video on when you get that, when whatever money comes in, go ahead and pay those bills now. Account for every dime. And I am trying so hard. I wanted to go to the Dollar Tree tonight and just get a few organizing baskets, and then I was like, nope, I'm not going. I'm staying home because I'm trying to account for every dollar. I don't want to say that May is a no spend, because I do plan to buy a few things, but I'm trying not to just haphazardly spend money. So that bill went up, and I mean that video went up. The budget video went up, and then another video was on how to get your wellness benefits. If you have like supplemental insurance, make sure that you're getting all the benefits out of that insurance that you can. And for us, with the insurance we have, you can actually get a wellness benefit if you go in for your annual exam or your mammogram, or they give you a list of things that you can do per year. And as long as you do that, they'll give you X amount of dollars back to say thank you for keeping your health up. So I have submitted some dates of doctor's visits that I have gone on or taken the children to, and I am expecting a check this week for those doctor's visits. They pay us $25 per doctor's visit, up to 5 visits. So I'm expecting that in the mail this week. Home decoration projects. I got a couple things that I'm still working on. I will be uploading a video either tonight or tomorrow on the bookshelves. I actually redid both the bookshelves in my living room. I had a huge big shelf. Not huge. It was kind of fat, more wide than tall in my bedroom, and it just had full of books. And then I have like this little alcove space in my bedroom as well that I had books on. And my bookshelves had like little knickknacks and wick-wack things, and I just, it was driving me insane. Like, I did not want to see all those little things. It was nice when I first moved here, and I was thankful to have what I had up there, but I thought I probably can get all of these books on these 2 bookshelves. And so the kids and I unloaded the bookshelf out of my bedroom, and in the little alcove, we brought everything in here, and we color-coded everything. So I'm going to have a video of that process coming up. I also have 2 bedside tables that I got from that estate sale a couple weeks ago that I have not yet done the chalk painting to. I just have not been home. I actually think I have to work this Saturday, so they may not get done this week. The 13th, we have our belt ceremony for everybody that gets their next belt in Taekwondo. On the 20th, I have a baby shower that I'm helping to host. So I'm not real sure when that project will get done, but I do have 2 bedside tables that I'm going to be recovering to do, to paint them, to change out the ones I have beside my bed now, because these in the garage actually have drawers. There's 2 drawers in the bottom, and then it has like a little alcove space. And the reason I like that is because I can put my Bible and my journal and anything that I'm trying to just read on. I have a little basket full of books I'm working on and different things, so when I'm just sitting having a cup of coffee or whatever, I can pull out something that I want to read for that evening or whatever. And I like the thought of having that near my bed. So the curtains and the towels, I have not had a chance just yet to get my curtains or my towels. I still have that on my list of things to do. I just haven't done it yet. So hopefully this week I will be able to get some of that done. Jackson is going from one room to the other room. It is a little bit late here, so they are doing their nighttime routine late. We apologize. But I do plan to get those towels and different things this week, and if not this week, maybe Saturday when I get off of work. I can't remember if I decided I was working this week or the other lady was working this week, because I can't work next 2 Saturdays. And then the following Saturday is a holiday Saturday, and we never work if we don't have school that next Monday. So I think I'm working. I'm not 100% sure. If I'm not, then I'll do some house projects because I still have a couple things to do. So that's an update on that. Gracie, Mama's getting her surgery on Monday next week. And my daughter called me today and told me that she's actually going to be coming home on Sunday, which will help us. And so she's leaving Wednesday. So she'll be here for about 4 days. And the thing that does for us is it actually has somebody that can stay with Gracie during the day while she recovers from her surgery, because we do not want her to bite her stitches open or anything like that. They probably will give her one of those, cone things. But I don't know while I'm working if she will, can keep that on. And so I asked her if she would mind staying over here just while I'm working during the day and checking on the puppy. And she said she would not mind doing that at all. Sure, she'll go out and see friends and different things, because she's actually getting ready to leave for China in about 2 weeks. And she will be gone studying abroad for 4 weeks. And that's going to be exciting. We're very excited for her. Great opportunity for her to just live this life God has given her, to explore and see things before she actually, gets married and have children. And maybe that some of those things will not be able to be as readily accessible to her. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying I'm thankful she gets the opportunity to do it now while she, does not have a lot of outside responsibilities other than school and working. So, and this is a part of her school. She has to study abroad. She was going to go to Spain last year, but that did not work out for some reason. I don't remember. But she's gotten all her paperwork in, and she will be going to China in a couple of weeks. So we're excited about that. One of my dear friends who comes over and she helps train the puppy will be picking Gracie up on Monday. And getting her over there so that I don't have to be late for work. And then I will pick her up. The kids and I will pick her up after the surgery, because we have to drop her off early and we don't have to pick her up until after 4. So I should be off work by then, and we'll be able to swing around and pick her up. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I didn't think about this, I'm actually going to be home on Tuesday. She's having her surgery on Monday. I'm going to be home on Tuesday because that's when I go for my x-rays and ortho. So I'll be home that whole next day. I'm just going to take a sick day because I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with my knee. So I'm going to take some time. Somebody asked me in one of the comments, how do I have a pantry, a chest freezer, and a refrigerator freezer full of food when I have such a small budget for groceries? And I tried to respond to them, but I do want to respond here just in case anybody else had that question. I am an avid couponer. I've been couponing now for about 6 years. And when I first started couponing, I wasn't doing it exactly right. I would just buy items because I had the coupons. But when I learned the process, you buy it when it's on sale plus a coupon, it makes it free or close to free. So this is how I buy all of my items, or the large majority of my items. Washing soap, household cleaning products, toilet paper, all those types of things that I can buy with a coupon, I do buy. And I buy them when they're on sale. And then my grocery store where I shop doubles my coupons that are 99 cents or less. So if I have a 99 cents coupon, it's going to double to $1.98. And if I have an item that's $2.50, I'm going to take $1.98 off of that item, and it's only going to cost me 52 cents. So that's how I am able to buy multiples. And for our grocery stores, they will double up to 4 of the same coupon in each transaction. So we're only allowed to do, 1 transaction and 20 coupons per day. But if I have really good coupons, then I can take a small shopping trip here and a small shopping trip here and a small shopping trip here. And then I'm able to stock up on things. Now, I'm not always able to stock up, but there are some times better than others when I am able to stock up on some things. And I do try to take advantage of those, because we may have a short week where I don't have as much grocery money as I would like to have. So I always try to take advantage of my coupons. With saying that, so many of my YouTube subscribers, so many of you guys have just sent me coupons in the mail. Multiples of the same things. The things we need: bread, eggs, household items, like I said, toilet paper. I was able to get dish soap for 47 cents last week because someone sent some Dawn coupons. And I have like 4 or 5 or 6 different people who are sending me coupons. It's sporadic. I never know when they're coming. And I just appreciate that, because that helps me be able to feed my kids. And so that's how I'm able to shop on a $40 a week budget and still have excess. I always buy marked down meats if I can find marked down meats. I'm not above the yellow tickets or the red tickets. We can buy that. Then I have another friend who actually sometimes she'll get $10 off of 50 at Harris Teeter. And so she does not shop at Harris Teeter, but she still gets those coupons. So sometimes she will bring me over the $10 off of 50, and then I'm able to use that. So if my bill is $50, then $10 off makes it $40, and then I have coupons on top of that. So I work the coupons very diligently all the time. I'm not sure that I go anywhere without my coupons. My book is always in the car, because I never know when or where I'm going to find a good deal. And even if I don't take it in the store with me, if I see something that's on sale and I know I have a coupon and I have the money, then I'll run back out to my car and get my book and try to just stock up that way. I think one of the things, and I haven't shared a lot, but when you are a young child and you're not sure where your next meal is coming from, that's just something I've dealt with in my life. And so I never want my children to experience hunger. I know they won't, because God has blessed me enough to be able to figure out how to feed them. But I don't always coupon for myself. Sometimes I coupon for other people, or I'll see something and I know a family who might need something, and I will at times ask my children if they would mind if we bless somebody else. Hey guys, we have this much in our budget, but I want to pick this up for so-and-so family because they need a few things. Is that okay? And then my kids are like, sure, Mom, it's no problem, because they know here we have enough. Now, we may not have everything all at the same time. Like, this may be a good egg week. Last week was a great egg week because eggs were 87 cents a dozen. So we had more eggs in this house than anything else because it was 87 cents. Next week may be a good cereal week, so I may get more cereal next week than I do this week. I may be in Food Line, or I was in Walmart one day and I went past this one chest thing and they had briskets. I mean, like $2 and $3 for beef brisket. Beef brisket is $16, $17, $18, $19. And they had them for $2 and $3 and $4. I bought 8 of them. 8 of them. Yes, I did. And I was able to put them back in my freezer, but I also gave a couple away to another little family. But I didn't have to buy meat for a couple of weeks because I had those 6 briskets in there. So, I gave 2 away and I had 6 left. I just have to do what I have to do whatever week it is. So I wanted to explain that. YouTubers, one YouTuber I've really been following a lot lately is Weight Watchers Journey to Healthy. I think the lady's name is Jess, and she's in Oregon. And I've been watching a lot of her stuff. She is doing Simply Filling now. She started as a collab, but has decided to continue it. I think she's lost almost close to 100 pounds. Just looking at some of her other videos, she started off, her heaviest weight she said was 280, and I think she's down to like almost 180. I mean, she's somewhere between 180 and 90 pounds. I can't remember. So almost 100 pounds. I do like her. And then I watch another lady, Weight Watcher Wifey, or WWWIFEY Wifey, and they talk a lot about each other's channels. I am interested in the meal prep. Weight Watchers Journey to Healthy does a lot of meal prep, and she also breaks down the smart points for me. So I am watching those 2 ladies quite often these days. I actually have a hair appointment tomorrow. I haven't had it done in a couple weeks, and I was able to squeeze out enough money that sister will get her hair done and mom will get her hair done, And because I'm only getting it washed and curled, it won't cost as much as if I were going to get a relaxer or something else. I'm just getting it washed and curled tomorrow. So we go tomorrow for that. Other than that, I'm going to try to do a meal plan for the month. I'm going to go through my freezer. I'm going to go through my pantry. I'm going to go through the outside chest freezer and see what we have and see what we can come together with for meals, so that I'm not spending all of my grocery money. And again, we still don't have a lot of room in our freezer because we have stuff in here that we just need to cook. So I'm going to be doing that hopefully tomorrow, but it may be Wednesday or so before I can do that. But anyway, that's all I had to share with you guys tonight. I'm trying to make sure that I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. And if I did, hey, we'll chat again next week. So thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember that we're so thankful and honored to have you. It is crazy. I have over 1,700 subscribers. That to me is like, oh my word, because I remember having 18 subscribers for like a year and a half. I didn't do it. I started the channel. I didn't do much. And as I've learned, and I am learning over these past months, people are just stopping by to say, hey, how are you? And we're thankful for that. Jackson was over here before I started the video, just doing his funny faces. And I tell the kids, you know, hey, you want to say hi? And they're shy. They're like, no, Mom, we're good. Pray for us with homeschool. We are still facing a few challenges with Alana. Sometimes her attention and focus is just not where I need it to be. And so sometimes we have some late nights, but she's giving it a good effort. Jackson, he's doing a lot better because he can just flow better. So he will probably finish school way before she does. But that's okay. We have all summer. I'm hopefully going to have her finished by the end of June. Jackson will finish by the beginning of June. And then they will take their EOGs, and Jackson will be taking EOGs for the very first time this year. They'll take their EOGs after the 4th of July week. I have a test administrator that will administer their EOGs for them. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So again, thank you so much for stopping by our channel. Thank you so much for your support. All the comments just make me happy. I try to get to as many of them as I can. All the emails, I do try to respond to those as quickly as I can. Sometimes there's a little delay depending on what night it is and what we have planned. But we don't take anybody for granted. We know that as easily as you're here, you could be somewhere else. So thank you so much for being with us. If you like this video, we do ask you to give us a thumbs up. It just says, hey, we like your video. That's all. Doesn't do anything else but that. But we do like the comments. So if you have a question or you need something else further explained, please leave me a comment. I'll be happy to get back to you as quickly as I can. If you have not done so already, hit the red subscribe button and don't forget the little bell so that way you never miss any uploads from us. We're thankful to have you. We love you and there's nothing you can do about it. So until next Monday's chat, bye.